Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem. Today, the national anthem will be sung by Michael Jackson, a junior here at A&M.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red bombs bursting in air came through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Good afternoon and welcome to the Lawson Center in Tallahassee, Florida for today's MEAC Digital Network broadcast on FloHoops featuring the Rattlers of Florida A&M and the Wildcats of Bethune Cookman. Hello everyone, I am Curtis Ford and I'm joined by Vince Jones. It's a pleasure to have you next to me today, Jones.
Hey, same to you. I'm glad to be here.
All right, so we have a game featuring two very solid Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference ball clubs. We have a Bethune-Cookman team who's coming in 10-11. They're right there in the thick of things in the MEAC race. What must the Wildcats do in order to pull off a victory here in Tallahassee today?
Well, Curtis, first off, it starts off with being aggressive on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively, limiting turnovers and being well in transition.
All right, now the Rattlers have played some solid basketball this year as well. The Rattlers are 4-4 in the MEAC, 6-13 overall, looking to get that 7th win today. You've seen the Rattlers play a few times this year, Vince. What must the Rattlers do if they want to walk out the Lawson Center with a victory over their hated rivals from Daytona Beach?
Well, Curtis, I think for starters, what they need to do is be aggressive. They have to be aggressive. They're playing a Bethune-Cookman team today that is, like you said, in the thick of things, and they're ready. They're ready. So what they must do is be aggressive on both sides of the ball. If they fail to do so, it may be lopsided today here. First off, first and foremost, they must shoot the ball effectively, limit turnovers, transition. They have to get to the rim. They have to finish. It is mandatory today.
All right, so if we look at these teams at a glance, Bethune-Cookman is coming off of a victory on the road at South Carolina State. They went up and won 68-74. They were led offensively by Isaiah Bailey. He put on a 17-point performance. He's leading this Wildcat ball club points per game this season with 15 points per game. How will the Wildcats get him going today?
I think they're going to look to get him a lot of spacing, open shots so he can knock down those mid-range shots, those three-point shots, as well as get him spacing to hit the rim and finish.
All right, and the Rattlers are 4-2 in their last coming off of a lopsided loss to MEAC leading Norfolk State. How can they bounce back from such a big defeat on the road?
Well, Curtis, today they're at home. They should be ready to go. The momentum is in full swing here now at Lawson. If they can get off to a hot start, like I said, limit turnovers. The game could be won for the Rattlers.
All right, well, the lights are on, and we are ready. We've got a nice-looking crowd here at the Lawson Center, and I think we're all looking forward to a great basketball game between two solid ball clubs.
Most certainly, Curtis.
So on the floor for the Wildcats will be Leon Red, Wally Parks, Latrell Pope, Joe French, and Isaiah Bailey. For the Rattlers is Evans Desir, MJ Randolph, Cameron And the Wildcats control the opening tip. Bringing it up court is going to be Leon Red. He's going to be guarded closely by Cameron Reeves. As he gets the ball back to the top of the key, he's guarded closely by Reeves. MJ picks him up. Gets the ball over to Bailey. Bailey takes his first shot. It's no good. Floater, no good, too strong. MJ taking the transition, gets it to Desir. Desir puts it up. It's going to bounce out of bounds. And the Rattlers will maintain possession. Should have been a pretty easy layup right there for the Rattlers. It was a little contested, but you would think those would fall.
Slightly contested, should have fell, but Desir is off to a harsh and rough start early with a ferocious almost finish.
All right, so once again, setting that lineup for the Rattlers, we have Rod Melton, MJ Randolph, DJ Jones, Evans Desir, and Cameron Reeves. MJ Randolph gets the ball out to Reeves. Reeves is going to shoot from three-point land, and he's going to drill it from deep. First points of the game. FAMU up 3-0, 19-15 left to play in the first period.
And he's trying to get hot early, Curtis. Amazing knockdown from three.
All right, Joe French tosses it to Leon Red. Red is going to be tied up, but we're actually going to get a foul called on, see what they call this foul on. It's going to be called on DJ Jones, and that's going to send Red to the line. And Leon Red is a 6-foot, 185-pound senior from Grand Rapids, Michigan. He attended Paris Junior College. First free throw is up and good. Now the Wildcats are led by head coach Ryan Ritter. And the Rattlers are led by head coach Robert McCullum. So he makes both free throws, 1-point game, 19 minutes left in the first half. MJ brings it to the top of the key, gets it to DJ Jones. DJ Jones tosses it down low to Desir. Desir trying to find some space, does find some space, gets it off the rim, is going to miss, going to be rebounded by Bailey. Bailey's going to get to Red. Red is going to toss it up court, is going to be knocked out of bounds by Jones.
And Desir had a crafty move down in the paint. Couldn't finish, but it seemed to try and get him to go early here in the game.
Red inbounds it to Parks. Joe French tosses it back to Parks. Parks is going to pull up. Can't park that one in the basket. Rattlers running in transition. Melton between the legs. He's going to dribble, try to go baseline. Tosses it back out to Jones. Jones gets it poked away. It's going to be stolen by Bethune Cookman, but Red steps out of bounds. Possession will go right back over to Florida A&M.
That was a close one. The Rattlers do want to make note of these turnovers and limit them.
So MJ Randolph is wearing number 3, and he inbounds it to Jones. Jones gets it to Desir. Desir has a sweet shot from mid-range, but that bounces off. That's 3 missed early for Desir. Cross-court pass, back down low. Air ball, misses everything. That was Clotrell Pope. He can be dangerous for the Wildcats as well, but he airballs that and misses everything. DJ Jones, spin move, gets it out to the corner. He finds Melton. Melton can light it up from outside. Melton thinks about shooting, pulls it back down, gets it inside Desir. Desir has it knocked away by Clotrell Pope, and the Rattlers will inbound with 14 on the shot clock.
Rattlers still looking to knock down a shot.
Cameron Reeves inbounds, gets it to Jones. Jones tosses it across court to Melton. Melton stops, pops, and he drills it from outside. Another three-pointer. FAMU up 6-2 with 7:37 left to play in the first period.
And Curtis, we know that Melton can get very hot from three, and we saw him get hot right there.
Tossed inside to Pope. Pope is guarded by Desir, gets it outside. Bailey, spin move, he's going to drive, he's going to toss a floater up, too strong, but he gets his own rebound, toss it back up. But it's going to be a foul called against Pope. On the floor, Rattlers get the ball, turnover by Bethune Cookman. First foul of the afternoon by Clotrell Pope.
And you see Bailey there trying to get hot himself with the crafty layup.
Checking into the game for the Rattlers is going to be number 23, Bryce Moraine. He's going to check in for Evans Desir as Evans Desir takes a bit of a rest. Desir starting out this game 0 for 3 from the field. Bringing it up is Cameron Reeves. He gives it off to Melton. Melton guarded by Red. Gets it back over to Reeves. DJ Jones from mid-range. He misses it a little strong. Rebounded by Bethune Cookman. Red tosses it down low to Pope, a little too strong, out of bounds, turnover, Rattler ball.
He saw the right man, but just a little bit too much mustard on it, Curtis.
So MJ Randolph is going to take it on the left side. Going to toss it back to the top to Reeves. Reeves picks up his dribble and gives it to Jones. 15 on the shot clock. Randolph is going to drive. He's going to go strong, and he's going to be fouled as he goes up, and that's going to send him to the line.
Randolph aggressive on the drive. That's what Rattlers fans love to see.
The foul is going to be called against number 10, Clotrell Pope. Randolph shooting his first free throws of the afternoon, and he misses his first free throw.
Slightly off the mark there.
MJ Randolph is shooting 63% from the free throw line this season. As a team, FAMU is shooting 63%. And he misses his second free throw. Gotta have those from the line if you want to win a game like this one. So here comes the Wildcats, a very strong Bethune Cookman team, a team that many think can go pretty far in the MEAC tournament. And they turn the ball over once again as Isaiah Bailey dribbling that ball off of his foot and giving the ball right back over to Florida A&M.
The Wildcats starting a little bit wild here in the opening quarter.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Started a little bit wild. And another turnover, this time by Florida A&M. MJ Randolph can't handle his dribble. Wide open shooter for Bethune, and he misses. That was Joe French, but Bailey gets the rebound. Is backing Melton down. And too easy for Bailey, and he gets his first 2 points of the afternoon. FAMU 6, Bethune Cookman 4, 15:45 left in the first half. Melton guarded close by Parks. Down low is Desir. He was fighting for positioning. He has the ball stripped away. But MJ gets the ball, 10 on the shot clock. He wants to shoot it. He does shoot it. It's off the rim. Desir fighting for the rebound, can't get it. Bethune gets it back. Parks has the rebound, controls the ball. Joe French is going to dribble, and he's in the corner. He's going to look for somebody to give it to. He gives it off to Parks. Parks shoots one. It bounces off the rim, rebounded by Moraine. Cameron Reeves brings up the left side of the court. Reeves finds MJ Randolph in the corner. He's guarded by Red. He's going to bring it back to the right wing. He bounce passes it down to Desir in the post. Desir's backing down. He wants to go up, and he's fouled by, I want to say he was fouled by Wally Parks. And we're going to have a media timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick timeout on the floor. You're watching the MEAC Digital Network on FloHoops. Welcome back to the Lawson Center as Florida A&M leads Bethune Cookman 6-4. All right, so Vince, what have you seen in these first 5 minutes of this game? It's been a pretty fast-paced game, got a little turnovers. You think there's a little bit of nerves in this game, considering it is a rivalry game, a bigger crowd than you typically see here at the Lawson Center?
Most certainly nerves, of course. I've seen the Rattlers be somewhat opportunistic in this game so far, but I would love to see the Rattlers just take their time on their shots a little more and look for the open shot just a little bit faster. Evans
Desir drills his first free throw of the afternoon. And Desir drills his second. FAMU 8, Bethune Cookman 4, 14:53 left to play in the first half. And we've got a foul called against Cameron Reeves. The ball is inbounded to Leon Red. Red almost loses dribble, but he controls it, brings it across half court. A dangerous pass is going to be snagged by Clatrell Pope. Foul is going to get called on DJ Jones. It's going to be his second of the afternoon.
And the foul was called rightfully so, but Moraine with the hops.
Yeah, that was a dangerous pass by Bethune Cookman, but nonetheless, Pope goes to the line and he drills his first free throw. And he drills both free throws to close the gap to 2 early in this game. All right, Cameron Reeves is going to slow it down, going to toss it over to MJ Randolph, who's going to toss it back to Reeves as he brings it across half court. He's going to be picked up by Leon Red. Melton gets the ball. He's going to toss it to Moraine. Moraine finds MJ Randolph on the right wing. Randolph is guarded closely by Houston Smith. Houston Smith keeps Randolph from going baseline, but Cameron Reeves is going to shoot an off-balance jumper from the top of the lane, and he's going to get his own rebound. He's going to toss it out to Randolph. Randolph is going to try to get it inside. He's going to find Moraine wide open for a three. He's going to bounce off the back rim, and Melton can't get the rebound, and here comes Bethune-Cookman running. And that ball goes out of bounds. Ball goes back over to the Rattlers. Another turnover early for Bethune-Cookman.
And the Rattlers are almost getting lucky here. They need to slow the pace down.
13:53 left to play in the first half. FAMU 8, Bethune-Cookman 6. And Moraine tries to go up, gets that ball knocked away by Isaiah Bailey. And Red shoots from three-point land. He can't make it fall. Cameron Reeves takes it in transition. He finds Melton. Melton puts Red on a bit of
on skates, as they would say, Curtis, on skates.
And then he drills the mid-range jumper. Rattlers back up by 4. Isaiah Bailey, he's dangerous. He gets the ball out to Joe French. French kicks it back to Bailey. Bailey guarded by Moraine. Crossover, he's going to try to spin it back. Take it to the top of the lane. He's going to put one up, and he's going to, no, it's not going to fall.
Great defense.
MJ Randolph in transition. He's running. He's going to take the, no, he's going to kick it out to Melton. Melton is going to shoot it. Oh, and it is going to bounce off of the rim. They're fighting for the rebound on the floor. Are we going to get a jump ball call? No. FAMU's going to turn the ball over. Bethune-Cookman's running in transition. It's going to be Isaiah Bailey. Beautiful move to the hoop, and he's going to get the fall. Layup. Bethune cuts the lead to 2. 12:33 left to play in the first half. FAMU 10, Bethune-Cookman 8.
Fast-paced action here, Curtis.
Moraine finds Melton. Melton is going to bring it to the top of the key. He's going to kick it to the corner. Inside Desir. Desir gets it poked away. And he gets it up, puts it in the bucket, and one.
Desir on the putback, second chance points. Beautiful finish.
Beautiful pass, finding Moraine, sucking the defender outside, and him tossing it back inside for Desir to get the bucket and the harm. And Bethune-Cookman bringing in some platoon substitutions. Checking in will be number 23, Justin King. Number 4, Jordan Priester. And trying to find the third substitute. Looks like Wally Parks, who started the game with Bethune-Cookman, came back in as Desir hits the extra free throw. FAMU up by 5, 12 minutes left to play in the first half. And strong drive by Priester, who just checked in for Bethune-Cookman, cutting this lead to 3.
Charismatic finish there by Priester.
Milton looking inside. He has MJ Randolph wide open, but Randolph is cut off pretty quickly. But here comes Randolph. He is the returning MEAC Freshman of the Year, a third-team MEAC preseason selection. He goes up, and he's going to be fouled hard as he goes up for the layup, and he's going to go to the line and shoot 2 for the Rattlers.
And speaking of Randolph, we know what he can do. We know he can be very, very precise with his shots, and he knocks down most of them.
And we're going to take a quick timeout on the floor. You're watching the MEAC Digital Network on FloHoops.
Coaches across the country support the one by carrying the obstacles, streets, puzzle to his hand. This basic is the reason creating acceptance of people also.
to shoot a little bit more. If they just keep this up, it should be a good ball game. All right, back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Dominique, for that update. So as we come back from timeout, MJ Randolph is back at the line. He missed his first 2 free throws to open the game. And he drills this one. Checking into the game for Florida A&M is going to be number 20, Brendan Miles. Checking out will be Rod Melton. Randolph attempting his second free throw, and he drains that one. He's shooting 50% from the line today. Rattlers are going to bring some pressure full court. They're going to try to trap, but Red passed it. Too much sauce on that pass intended for Justin King, and that falls out of bounds.
And Kirk, I like what you did there. Too much sauce. I caught it.
Too much sauce,
I
man.
caught it.
You got to have some sauce, just not
a tad.
too much sauce.
Of course, of course.
All right, MJ Randolph, he's going to be picked up by Leon Red. He's being hassled by Red. Red playing some smothering defense. 17 on the shot clock. In between the legs, he dribbles. He's going to pull up, and is he going to hit? Yes, he will.
And as I said, Randolph is known to get hot.
Bringing the ball up for Bethune. Houston Smith, he wants to toss it out to the corner to Justin King. Justin King is going to try to go baseline, gets the ball stripped away. Evans Desir comes up with it. MJ Randolph running. He has numbers. He's going to rebound. He's going to put it up, but they're going to call a charge against MJ Randolph, and Bethune-Cookman will take over possession of the basketball.
Not what the Rattlers want to see right there, but it goes like that sometimes, Curtis.
And checking back into the game for Bethune-Cookman is the oh-so-dangerous Isaiah Bailey. Checking out is Leon Red. It looks like he's holding his wrist. He might have a bit of an injury, but we'll check on that a little bit later. We have a foul on MJ Randolph. That's 2 quick fouls on Randolph halfway through the first half.
And you don't want to see any of the Rattlers get into foul trouble early here, Curtis. You know how detrimental that could be.
And as you say that, MJ checks out, and Cameron Reeves checks onto the floor for the Rattlers. Inbounding will be Wally Parks. Parks gets it into Houston Smith. Houston Smith gets a screen from 2 Wildcat teammates. Parks is going to try to drive. He's going to kick it out. Parks is going to go baseline. He's cut off. He's trapped. He tosses it to the right wing. Parks gets it. Parks wants to drive. He has nothing there. Beautiful cut along the baseline, but he misses the layup. Misses the layup.
Beautiful pass, but can't finish there, Curtis. Can't finish.
So in the game for the Rattlers, going up with the layup is Nasir Kaur. He's seeing his first action tonight, and he is fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. And Nasir Kaur hits his first free throw. And he hits his second free throw. And here comes the Wildcats. He misses his, and Bethune is ice cold right now. As FAMU fights for the rebound, but it goes out of bounds. Bethune maintains possession. Isaiah Bailey guarded by Kaur. He steps back and he misses front iron. Another miss by Bethune. FAMU is running. Kaur takes it in. He gets that knocked away by Bailey.
Bailey with the emphatic block there.
So 9:43 left to play in the first half. FAMU 19, Bethune-Cookman 10. Cameron Reeves will inbound for FAMU. Nasir Kaur gets it inside to Evans Desir. And they're going to scrap for that on the floor. Bethune gets it. They have numbers. And he's going for the alley-oop. Can't finish.
Slight of the mark.
So Core he's going to bring it back up court. He's going to take it inside. A little dangerous. They're going to kick it back out to Reeves. Reeves finds Miles. Miles gets in to Sear. Sear tosses it in. It's going to be a and one for the Rattlers.
And Sear.
And a beautiful play by Desir, getting the ball in the bucket, taking the hoop and the harm. 9:19 left to play in the first period. FAMU has their largest lead of the afternoon. FAMU 21, BCU 10. And he drills that free throw to stretch FAMU's lead to 12. So bringing the ball up court is Houston Smith. Houston Smith gets it to the corner to Clattrell Pope. He's also dangerous for the Wildcats. He's being guarded by Desir. He tosses one up. It's going to bounce off the back rim, but he's fouled by Desir, and he's going to go to the line to shoot too.
Pope will be at the line shooting two.
So Pope hits his first free throw of the afternoon. And Pope going for another free throw, and he's going to clank that off the back of the rim, but Bethune gets the rebound as the big man Desir goes sliding across the floor, and beautiful move by Isaiah Bailey. We told you he can put up buckets, and he showed you right there he can get to the basket.
Definitely the slash right there to the basket.
And we've got whistles on the floor. Not sure what the confusion is. And I believe it was an issue with the game clock. The official is going to come over to the replay table.
Clock didn't run, so what we want to do is get the right time. So what I want you to do is dial them up until we go back to 9:05 for the free throw, and then I'll count it down.
All right, so there is a camera issue on the floor. They are going to make sure they get the right time. The game clock did not start following the free throw. So while the officials get that sorted away, we're halfway through this game. FAMU running a little bit. Bethune is struggling a little bit out of the gate. That's something I don't think a lot of people expected because Bethune Cookman is such a strong program this season. And really, FAMU is the underdog heading into this game.
Definitely the underdog, but what we've seen from the Rattlers so far in this game is, just like we talked about in pregame, Curtis, aggressiveness, will to score, and of course, potent defense. Potent defense, but what they need to do is watch for the fouls, Curtis. They have to watch for the fouls, because if they don't, the Bethune Cookman Wildcats could show a comeback later in this game.
Now let's talk about this with FAMU. Again, it was talked about a lot this season that FAMU had started the season on the road, the first 13-game season on the road, but in the Lawson Center, FAMU is undefeated this season at 3-0. They beat a very good Morgan State team, a talented Coppin State team, and beat the three-time defending MEAC champion North Carolina. So this is a FAMU team that can get hot as well.
They definitely can, Curtis, and we know that when the Rattlers are at home, they've shown to play their best basketball, just like they are doing right now.
All right, so they're still sorting some things out in regards to this game clock. So we'll take a timeout on the floor. You're watching the MEAC Digital Network on FloHoops. All right, so that was a quick break. Inbounding the ball for FAMU will be number 23, Bryce Moraine. He's going to get it to Cameron Reeves. Cameron Reeves is guarded by 2 Wildcats. Moraine picked up his dribble, can't dribble anymore. He gets out of trouble. Great defense by Bethune-Cookman. Core gives it to Moraine. Moraine hits from mid-range.
And
From the top of the lane.
And Curtis, that shot was contested. He's still able to knock it down. Great shot.
So Leon Red is back in the game for Bethune-Cookman. Gives it to Isaiah Bailey. Gets it over to Wally Parks. Back to Bailey. Bailey's trapped in the corner. And he gets out of it. And he's going to go up strong. He can't get the fall. Bethune gets a rebound, tries to get a putback, but it doesn't fall for the Wildcats. Going back the other way. Here comes Reeves in the corner. Brendan Miles for 3. Bangs it home.
And that is an excellent pass in the corner. Amazing shot.
And we've got a timeout called by Bethune-Cookman. So, FAMU up 8 with 8:18 left in the first period. FAMU 27, BCU 13. We'll take a timeout on the floor. You're watching the MEAC Digital Network on FloHoops.
We need y'all help with just saying hot, warm, or cold. Help her out, ladies and gentlemen. Help her get to the ball. You did it. Good job, you were so close.
Welcome back to the Lawson Center as Florida A&M leads Bethune-Cookman 27-13 with 8:18 left in the first half. So some good entertainment there between quarters.
Definitely.
Vince.
Definitely.
Could you go out there with blindfolded and try to pick up a basketball and shoot it? Could you do that?
Well, Curtis, I can do anything. I know if I got out there, I'm pretty sure I can pull it off.
You okay? All right, man. I hear you, bro. All right, Leon Red bringing it up. BCU. Red comes up the corner. He's going to drive baseline. He's going to put one up, and he's a beautiful drive. He gets it to fall. Leon Red getting the bucket to fall. That is his 4th point of the game. As Reeves kicks it over to Core. Core on the left side kicks it back to the top to Reeves. He gets over to Miles, who gives it back to him immediately. And Core is going to drive. He's going to get it in, and he's going to get it to fall. Another and one for the Rattlers.
Another and one, and another strong finish. Nazir Core. Amazing shot.
So Nazir Core headed to the line to shoot the free throw following the made bucket. FAMU up by 14. Make that 15. FAMU 30, BCU 15, 7:39 left in the first half. FAMU has come out on fire. We've seen times this season where FAMU has gone cold, but right now they're hitting on all cylinders while Bethune-Cookman is slowly starting to warm up as Red drives inside, and that's a little bit too strong. Desir gets the rebound and is fouled. And he's an emotional player. He wears his emotions on his sleeves just a little bit. And sometimes you see Coach McCullum, tell him that he has to calm down and control those emotions. But he's headed to the line as he got fouled, as Bethune-Cookman is over the limit with 7:25 left in the first period.
And well said, Kurt. Sometimes, yes, he has to be told to calm down, but when hot, he is definitely shown to be an emotional leader for the Rattlers.
He misses the free throw, the front end of the 1-and-1, rebounded by Clattrell Pope. Pope gets the ball to Bailey. Bailey's going to be picked up by Moraine. And he's going to put the move on Moraine, but he's cut off quickly by Desir. Wally Parks shoots from outside. He misses. And Clattrell Pope gets the rebound, tries to throw it off of a FAMU defender. And the ref says that is going to be Rattler ball.
as my dad said, Curtis.
And no, they're going to give the ball back to Bethune-Cookman. 20 on the shot clock. Quatrell Pope gets it over to Red. Red guarded by Reeves, gets a screen from Pope. Pope goes up strong. Good basket by Quatrell Pope. Quatrell Pope is the second leading scorer on this Bethune-Cookman basketball team. He's averaging 14.5 per game, shooting 64% from the field. That's close to a foul, nothing called. Desir gets the rebound, and he's going to be fouled. And that's going to send him right back to the line. This time he's going to shoot 2 shots. The foul is against number 4, Jordan Preston.
Starting to get chippy out there, Curtis. I see him exchanging some words in between breaks and showing to be a great game here today.
All right, so Desir hits his first free throw on this trip. And he misses the second free throw. Ball goes out of bounds off of FAMU, Bethune-Cookman ball. FAMU up 34-17, 6:40 left to play in the first half. Leon Red, guarded by Cameron Reeves as he brings it up court. He gets across. Nice move by Red. He's going to drive inside, and he is going to be called for an offensive foul. A little bit out of control. Great defense by the Rattlers, forcing another Bethune-Cookman turnover. So Red will check out the game, and checking in will be Houston Smith.
Swift move off the dribble, just a little bit too aggressive on the drive.
Cameron Reeves brings it up court. He's going to be picked up by Priester. And Reeves gets it to Moraine. Moraine tosses inside. Ill-advised pass, turnover, stolen by Bethune-Cookman. Bethune-Cookman Smith, picked up by Melton. He gets it out to Bailey. Nice pass down low. And it's going to be a foul called against FAMU. Quatrell Pope is a very long player, very tall, very long arms for Bethune-Cookman. He snatched that ball away.
You know, the kids these days now say he got mossed, Curtis.
He got mossed. Hey, Super Bowl's tomorrow. When we say Super Bowl, we got to say big game. All right, he makes his first, the front end of the 1-and-1. And he bangs home both of them to cut this Rattler lead down to 12.
Quatrell Pope talking some trash here on the court, Curtis.
Oh, yeah, I like it. I like it. It's good for the game as Reeves misses the shot and Bethune gets the ball back. You kind of like that, though. Both teams, they want to win this game. Bethune wants to win. Fam wants to win. It's a rivalry game, huge crowd. I mean, it's bragging rights for the state of Florida. Although they do play one more time in Daytona later this season, to end the season in March.
Definitely major implications, Curtis.
Ford, guard against Wally Parks, and Parks gets that to fall. Beautiful shot, and now Bethune-Cookman is starting to run just a little bit. They've cut the lead to 10, still double digits, but they're starting to find their footing here, and FAMU starting to slow down just a bit. Beautiful pass inside, bounce pass. Desir could have tossed that outside the core. Core was wide open, but Desir decided to put it up himself, and he missed. So here comes Bethune-Cookman. Smith inside the Pope. Pope is blocked by Desir. Beautiful defensive pass.
And he's glass.
Reeves is going to take himself, but he's going to be out of control. That's an offensive foul. Bethune gets the ball back. Got to slow down there. Beautiful defense by the Wildcat defender, setting his feet and drawing the offensive foul.
And Reeves definitely felt that one, although called a charge. He definitely felt that one.
As we get somebody to wipe up the wetness off the floor and a little bit of sweat. Bethune will inbound the ball. 4:58 left to play in the first half. FAMU 31, Bethune Cookman 21. Here comes Smith. Here comes Isaiah Bailey. He's going to drive. He's taking a lot of power inside. What are we going to call? Is that going to be a defensive foul? Yes, it will be a defensive foul. Bethune-Cookman will go to the line to shoot two.
Two costly fouls here in transition, both by the Rattlers.
We need a mop guy on the other end of the court. We had one on this side. We need one on this side. So here we go. Bailey to the line to shoot two for Bethune-Cookman. He's going to hit the first. So now Bethune-Cookman is back within single digits. Just under 5 to play in the first half. Checking into the game for the Wildcats will be number 23, Justin King. Checking out and headed to the bench will be Clattrell Pope. And he hits both free throws. 8-point game with 4:47 left to play in the first half. MJ Randolph picked up by 2 BCU defenders. Gets it to the corner to Core. MJ Randolph tosses inside Desir. Desir trying to go up with it. Can't get it to fall. And the Rattlers are going to have to figure out something to do because Desir cannot get that shot to fall right now as Bethune-Cookman brings it back up court.
It's almost like he's rushing, Curtis.
And Bailey slows down, shouts out instructions to his Wildcats. Parks gets the ball, guarded by Melton. Parks kicks it out to, air ball, misses everything. 3 on the shot clock, rebounded by MJ Randolph. MJ gets up to Melton. Melton thinks about shooting, but he decides to take it inside. Too fast, not enough control, and he loses the ball. Bethune pushing in transition. Here comes Smith. Smith, beautiful shot, misses. Rebounded by Bailey. Bailey thinks about putting it back up, but gets it out to Parks. Parks gets it to the corner to Priester. Priester tosses it back to Bailey. Bailey over to Smith. Smith, spin move. Can't get the fall, but gets his own rebound and taps that back in. So Bethune within 6 now. At one point, they trailed by as much as 16. They've cut the lead down to 6. And Moraine can't get that one to fall. So there's a lid on the bucket. And we talked about this, Vince. We said, fam, you can go stretches without scoring. And that can be problematic against a team as talented as Bethune-Cookman. As you see Bethune missing the shot. Bailey thought he had a nice three-pointer, and that bounces off the rim. Rebounded by FAMU. MJ Randolph, floater. Can't get that to fall. Too strong. Rebounded by Bethune-Cookman.
And they have to slow down, Curtis. Like you said, they tend to get real cold. They have to slow down and find their shot. They're rushing right now.
So Bethune, Bailey over to Priester. Priester guarded by MJ Randolph. He's trying to drive baseline. Randolph cuts him off. Makes him pick up his dribble. Gets it to Parks. Parks, pump fake. Shoots. Too strong, but rebounded by Priester. Priester goes back up. Easy bucket. 4-point game now. FAMU has gone cold. Bethune-Cookman starting to run a bit. Got to get the crowd in this game if you're a Rattler. Bethune-Cookman likes the momentum right now, but here comes Desir. He gets back up, reverse layup, gets that to fall.
Nice crafty finish there by Desir.
Here comes Smith. Gets it to Bailey. 1:40 left to play in the first half. FAMU up 33-27. Bailey gets it down low. It's tipped away, but it's wrangled by a Wildcat. That was Justin King who grabbed that ball. MJ gets to the corner of the court. Core's going to drive baseline. Forces some space with the elbow. Gets the layup up, and it's good.
Rough and tough finish there by Core. Great finish.
1:10 left to play in the first half. FAMU stretches the lead back out to 8. VCU coaching staff shouting out their instructions, trying to get their team in position. Here comes Smith. He tries to drive baseline. It's stolen by FAMU, but then it's stolen right back by Bethune, and that bounces in. Beautiful putback layup by the Wildcats. I believe that was Parks on the layup for Bethune Cookman. 43 seconds left, and we've got a timeout called on the floor. So with 43 seconds left to play, FAMU 35, VCU 29. Now let's talk about what we saw in the first game today. FAMU women fell to Bethune Cookman. Bethune Cookman women's basketball team absolutely dominated the Lady Rattlers. What were your thoughts on that game?
My thoughts on that game, Curtis, the Lady Rattlers didn't have enough time to find adequate shots, and most certainly their biggest letdown was the turnovers. If they could have kept that in control, we probably could have saw a different result, Curtis.
All right, so once again, 43.2 seconds left in the first half. FAMU up 35-29. And we're going to kick over to Dominique Whitehurst on the sideline as she gives us an update from the Rattlers huddle.
The dynamic in the huddle has definitely shifted. Now the coaches are saying, you guys, y'all got to fight. You can't let the gap be closed. And if they don't fight, it could be a rocky game. All right, back to you guys.
Thank you, Dominique. Always insightful as usual. So 43.2 seconds left in this game. In the first half. FAMU 35, VCU 29. Inbounding the ball will be the Rattlers. Bryce Moraine will inbound for FAMU. Moraine gets the ball into Core. Core kicks it to MJ Randolph. Randolph thinks about shooting, gets it back to Core. Core's going to drive. He's going to be picked up by a bunch of Wildcats. Randolph wide open Jay, and he strokes that from deep.
Easy flush, Curtis.
They're going to call that a two-pointer. Foot was on the line. FAMU 38, VCU 29. 37, VCU 29, excuse me. Joe French, he's going to try to drive baseline on MJ, spin move, and he can't get that one to fall. 10.2 seconds left in the first half. Foul is going to be called on MJ Randolph. That's his third of the afternoon.
Picking up too many fouls too quickly here, Curtis.
And at halftime of this contest, we will have reporter Romaine Burton, meeting up with Coach Robert McCullum to get his thoughts on his team's performance in the first half. So stay tuned for that. Romaine Burton will interview Coach Robert McCullum of the Florida A&M Rattlers and get his thoughts on the first half of this ball game as Bethune-Cookman hits both free throws. FAMU will have the final shot of this half. 10 seconds left. MJ is going to pick the ball up. He's going to get a screen from Moraine. He's going to try to drive baseline. He's going to kick it back out. And a wasted possession by the Rattlers. And Bethune will have a chance to have the final shot of this first half. And they can actually, with a three-pointer, they can cut this game down to single digits after being down by about 16 points at one point in this first half.
And these costly turnovers, what you do not want to see here from the Rattlers. You see they're getting kind of careless with the ball towards the end of this half, but still with the lead.
So here comes Bailey. Bailey's going quick. Behind the back, he's a one-handed jumper, and he drills it from deep. Beautiful shot by the dangerous Isaiah Bailey as Bethune-Cookman hits a three to take us to halftime. FAMU 37, Bethune-Cookman 34. And once again, we will have Romaine Burton with Coach Robert McCullum at halftime.
Here we go. Tell them let it roll. Let it roll. Let it roll.
So we'll take a break from the Lawson Center as FAMU leads Bethune-Cookman 37-34. And I'm sorry, the officials actually came to review that three-pointer at the end, and it is good. He did get that shot off, so it is a one. Oh, no. They upgraded one of FAMU shots to a three-pointer, so now it's a two-possession game. FAMU 38, Bethune-Cookman 34. So that's where we stand at halftime. And we'll take a timeout here on the floor. Remember, you're watching the MEAC Digital Network on FloHoops.
He talked to me, he gave me a few tips, and I kind of stored them away. We ain't hit the game with a shot.
Y'all give it up
us a little bit of insight in this first half. Vince, FAMU had a huge lead in this game. They were up 16 in the first half. Now the lead is down to 4. What can FAMU do to finish this game off? Or what can Bethune do to get back into this game?
Well, firstly, FAMU, we know they had a fast start. They had a very fast start with great plays in transition. They need to get back to that, Curtis. They need to get back to getting those great plays in transition and limiting turnovers. As for Bethune, they had some of a slower start. You saw them start to pick up later in the half. What they need to do is keep on doing what they've been doing, and that's knocking down shots and getting the ball off of turnovers and transition and scoring.
Well, let's look a little bit at the stats from the first half. FAMU up 38-34. Leading the Wildcats in scoring is Isaiah Bailey. We said at the beginning of the game that he was the type of guy that would probably lead this Wildcat team. He has 11. When you look at FAMU, Evans Desir, he's missed a few easy shots, but he has been more good than bad, and that's been a good thing for the Rattlers as he has 11 for the Rattlers.
And Curtis, I would love to see him be more consistent in this half. Yes, he has knocked down shots, but not consistently. I believe if he can be consistent, we can see a very different turn of events in the second half for the Rattlers.
Well, here we go. We're getting ready to start the second half. The officials are having a conversation with Bethune Cookman's head coach, Ritter, and we're going to see what the issue is. But in the meantime, let's continue to dive into these stats a little bit. FAMU is shooting 44.4% from the field, 12 of 27. They're shooting 3 of 5 from three-point land, 60%, and they're 10 of 14 from the free throw line. On the flip side, Bethune is shooting 32.4% from the field, but just 12.5% from three-point range. They're struggling a little bit outside. I think if Bethune can get a little bit hotter out there, the way they've been playing, the way they've been running, they can flip this game in the second half. But FAMU is doing what they need to do, Vince.
Definitely, Curtis. In terms of points, that has been the difference in this game. FAMU's ability to knock down shots from deep. Yes, Bethune has not been able to do that as effectively as the Rattlers, but maybe they will this half.
A bit on, as we have this break, a bit on a somber note. We lost Kobe Bryant this week, and before this game and before the women's game, we started the game with a 24-second moment of silence. And I know Kobe Bryant meant a lot to a lot of people, a lot of these ball players out here. These are younger cats and young guys from Bethune Cookman side, and even the women. He made an impression on all of them. Can you talk a little bit about your thoughts on Kobe Bryant and his impact on basketball and humanity?
Definitely one of the more influential players to ever pick up a basketball is Kobe Bryant. And as you said, he has left a lasting impression on every single player on this court, as well as many basketball players around the world. Definitely a heartfelt loss for not just basketball players, but the families of all the victims in the terrible crash. And, you know, he's just been somebody who people look up to as the years have gone by, and I definitely feel for the family.
I'll tell you this, dog. I ain't never seen nobody, and I say it like that, I ain't never seen nobody let Charles Gunn shoot three-pointers with his left hand.
Yo, man.
When his shoulder's hurting, when his good shoulder's hurting, and he up there shooting jumps with his left hand, man, there'll be another player like Kobe Bryant. That's a tremendous talent, one of the top basketball players we've ever seen.
I completely agree. And not only being amazing on the court, but also very influential to people as far as academics. You know, people, if you didn't know, Kobe is very bilingual, multiple languages. He's been influential in the community as far as pushing for academic prowess.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll miss Kobe. Miss Kobe Bryant, that 24 and that iconic 8. But we're getting started here in the second half, and they've actually taken that 3 off the board, so it's back to 37-34, one-possession game. A bit of confusion on one of those shots, but here we go. DJ Jones gets the ball to MJ Randolph. MJ Randolph tosses it to Cameron Reeves. Reeves finds Melton on the right wing. He's looking inside, 22 on the shot clock. Randolph gets inside, pump fake, and he gets the ball stripped away. Because Rattlers retain possession. So here we go. We've got some more confusion on the floor. Bethune Cookman's coach is not happy with something, and the official is going to go over to the scorer's table. So I'm not sure what's going on, Vince. I don't think it's a clock issue.
I'm sure it has something to do with the points. Maybe something was miscalculated, but hopefully it doesn't delay the game for too long here, Curtis.
All right, so it looks like we have some clarification. It's going to be Rattler basketball. 19:46 on the game clock. MJ Randolph gets the ball. He's looking. He's going to hesitate. He's going to take it in. And right-handed gets it to fall.
Randolph gets the lucky bounce. The lucky bounce there rolls in.
So here comes Parks. He's going to bring it up for the Wildcats. He's going to kick it back to Red. Red has some beautiful shoes on tonight, colorful shoes for these some of the Wildcats. And he gets it over to French, who's going to toss it inside, back to Red, and Red's going to get the bounce and get it to fall for the Wildcats. 3-point game. 19:05 left to play in the second half. Here comes Reeves. He's going to walk it up court, slowly going to take it to the right side in front of the FAMU bench. DJ Jones gets it poked away from behind, but he wrangles the ball. Bounce pass inside Desir. Desir gets out to Melton. Melton gets it back to MJ Randolph. Randolph gets it to Reeves. He thinks about shooting. He gets picked up by Parks. 10 on the shot clock. He's going between the legs. He wants to drive it. He's going to kick it out. DJ Jones goes a beautiful mid-range and in and out, almost down, but it comes out. Bethune Cookman back running in transition. Bailey gets it to Red. Red is going to put it up, and too strong, but the rebound by Clattrell Pope, and we've got a 1-point game here in the second half as Bethune Cookman hits that shot.
Bethune is picking off where they left off in the first half, and they're knocking down shots here. Rattlers have to step it up.
DJ Jones to Reeves. Reeves dribbling, gets a screen from Desir, and he bangs it from mid-range from right around the free throw line. So that's going to stretch this lead back out to 3. 41-38 FAMU on top. 18-10, the clock is not moving. The game clock was not moving, but is moving now. Nobody noticed, so no harm, no foul. I guess we get 3 seconds of free basketball today. So here we go. Isaiah Bailey. Toss it to the corner to Parks. Clattrell Pope. He's going to get it in. And no, it doesn't fall. It's going to be a foul against Evans Desir. That's going to send Bethune Cookman to the line.
And once again, Curtis, you would hate to see the Rattlers fall into foul trouble while the game is still early, because you know how hurtful it can be later on in the game.
Pope misses the first free throw. It went in and was like, nah, I don't think I want to go. Comes right back out. Basketball was a little bit shy.
Just a little bit.
And he drills the second free throw. 41-39 lead for FAMU. 17:54 to play in the second half. So Reeves takes up the right side, gets it to DJ Jones. Reeves receives it, gets picked up by Wally Parks. Good defense by Bethune Cookman. But here comes Jones. He gets it inside. He's going to be fouled on the floor. The foul is going to be against number 13. That is Joe French. Oh, 20 seconds on the shot clock for the Rattlers. DJ Jones receives the inbound pass. He gets it poked away by Wally Parks. Rattlers get it back.
Close one there.
Almost a turnover. MJ Randolph in the corner. He decides to shoot a three-pointer. A little strong. Air ball. And Bethune has a chance to either tie or take the lead. And Bethune has not led yet this game. And there it is. Bethune on top. of FAMU, 42-41 with 17 minutes left to play in this game. And MJ Randolph goes up with the right hand and gives the Rattlers back the lead. So this is going to be one of those second halves, Vince. A good ball game, but this is what the people came for. This is what the people paid for.
Definitely. Very energetic, very energetic. We love to see that here.
And Red drives and scores. Count it. Bethune Cookman back on top. Another lead change. BCU 44, FAMU 43, 16:38 left in the second half. Here comes Reeves. He's going to shoot it. And it's going to bounce off the rim. Rebounded by Bailey. It's going to be a foul by DJ Jones. And that's going to give Jones, I believe, his fourth foul of the evening. No, excuse me. That's going to be his second foul of the afternoon.
You got it.
So ball is inbounded to Red. Red is going to drive. He has it. Beautiful layup, right-handed off the left side of the basket. Bethune Cookman starting to run. Once again, stretching that lead. Biggest lead of the game for Bethune Cookman. 3 points here as FAMU is going to call timeout and think about this. And as they call timeout, we'll also take a timeout on the floor. You're watching the MEAC Digital Network on FloHoops. Welcome back to the Lawson Center as Bethune Cookman leads Florida A&M up 46-43 with 16:15 left to play. There we go. MJ Randolph inbounds the ball to Cameron Reeves. BCU running a bit of a 2-3 zone right now. As MJ gets it inside Evans Desir, he's going to back Latrell Pope up, and they're going to call a charge against FAMU. And that ball is going to be handed right back over to Bethune-Cookman. Great defense by Latrell Pope.
Most certainly, wish it would have been different.
All right, here we go. So Red, he's going to shoot a mid-range. It's going to be off the front rim. FAMU gets the rebound. MJ Randolph, he thinks about driving. He kicks it out to Brendan Miles. Brendan Miles gets inside DJ Jones. It's going to be a foul as Wally Parks swipes DJ Jones across the arm and draws the contact. Got another timeout on the floor, and with that, we'll take a timeout on the floor. You're watching the MEAC Digital Network on FloHoops.
Jersey Mike, proud partner of Florida A&M Rattlers. Jersey Mike, a sub.
Welcome back to the Lawson Center as Bethune Cookman leads Florida A&M 46-43, 15:42 left to play in the second half. So before break, there was a foul called on Bethune Cookman. FAMU is going to inbound underneath the basket. And it's going to be tossed out to MJ Randolph. Randolph, 17 on shot clock, goes behind the back, guarded by Red. Gets to the corner. It's a wide open shot, and he can't get it to fall. DJ Jones gets the rebound, puts it right back up, and it's going to fall for the Rattlers. 1 point game. DJ Jones cleaning the boards right there, Vince.
Definitely smooth foot back and smooth finish.
And we've got a foul called against Bethune Cookman. Looks like it's going to be a moving screen, and that's going to be against number 10, Clatrell Pope. So Rattlers have a chance to take the lead on this possession.
Time is on their side, Curtis. There's enough time to...
Reeves gets it in, and Evans Desir. Desir forces it up, and he gets it to bang off the backboard and roll into the bucket. Rattlers back on top, 47-46. 15 minutes left to play here in the second half. And we've got a whistle. And we have a discussion by the officials on the far side of the court I think initiated by Bethune Cookman's coach. Robert McCullum is trying to get some clarification on what's happening. And there is a discussion at the scorer's table as the clock never moved. It stayed at 15 seconds. 15 minutes, excuse me. Well, it's a rivalry game, Vince. It's been very entertaining today.
Definitely, very entertaining game, a back and forth game, lead changes. Yes, Bethune did have a slow start, but they're right back in the thick of things here, and it's soon to be a pretty exciting finish, I believe.
Yep. So referee is coming. They look like they're going to have a review on the floor. And they're going to get some straightening on what the situation is. I think there is a clock issue, Vince. We've seen that a few times today.
Definitely. There seems to be somewhat of a problem with the clock. Once again, I hope it doesn't delay the game any more than it already has.
All right, so we'll take a timeout on the floor. You're watching the MEAC Digital Network on FloHoops. right, so welcome back to the Lawson Center. Quick timeout to get the clock straight. They moved the clock to 14:57, so that was 3 seconds where the clock didn't move. So here we go. Red goes up against Desir, misses, gets rebounded by Pope. Pope misses. MJ is trying to take it down court. He's getting hassled by a Wildcat. DJ Jones can't handle the pass.
He has to do better than that. He has to get a good hand on that ball.
Wait, it's not a turnover, though. It goes out on Bethune Cookman. So the Rattlers will retain possession, 22 on the shot clock.
Some would say that he was saved by the bell.
Reeves receives the inbound pass. And it's a turnover, but Desir gets the ball. He puts it up in the basket. Rattlers stretch their lead to 3 here with 14:22 left to play in the second half. Desir matched up with Pope. Pope, beautiful spin move, but he can't get it to fall. He's going to go to the line. So here's Pope attempting his first free throw on this trip, and he hits it, nothing but net. And here's Pope shooting towards the FAMU student section, and he makes both, cutting this game. Cutting the lead to 1. Here comes Reeves. 14-10 on the clock. FAMU 49, BCU 48. MJ Randolph guarded closely by Bailey. Bailey fouls, and there's some words being exchanged because Bailey tried to tap the ball away from MJ, and FAMU wanted a technical foul against Bethune Cookman, and they didn't get it. But nonetheless, there will be a foul called against Bailey. And I think that's going to set the tone for the second half.
Yes,
as
sir.
Leon Red continues to clap. And, yeah, that's what we came here for. We came here for a rivalry game. Nothing like what we saw again with Kansas and Kansas State a few weeks ago. But we do like a nice rivalry, a nice, friendly rivalry, to say the least. But here comes DJ Jones. He tries to drive. He stopped. He gets the ball out to Miles. Moraine gets it back to Jones. Jones puts a floater, and he puts it back in, gets his own rebound, and drops it in the bucket. 3-point lead for the Rattlers. Here comes Leon Red for Bethune Cookman.
Eloquent jam there by Jones.
Wildcats missed the shot, but there's a push. It's going to be called against Wally Parks, and the ball is going to go back over to the Rattlers. So here comes Cameron Reeves bringing the ball across half court. Gets the ball over to Nasir Kaur. DJ Jones trying to create some space. He's going to shoot it, and he's going to drill it. Beautiful mid-range jumper.
It's a beautiful flush off the hesitation head move. Great job by Jones.
I don't know if you call that a flush. Flush is like a dunk.
Ah, okay.
Here comes Pope. He gets the ball ripped away by Cameron Reeves. And Reeves showing a little energy. He's got to calm down. You don't want to get a technical foul here. You need to get him back. Teammates got to step in. And it's a jump ball that's going to go over to Bethune Cookman. we've got an and one. Foul is going to be called against number 25. It's going to be called against DJ Jones, and the bucket will be good. Latrell Pope will go to the line for Bethune-Cookman.
And the Rattlers and the Wildcats kind of going tit for tat here with the words. A lot of chit chat on the court today.
Latrell Pope, he misses his free throw. Rebound is fought for by Bailey, and they're going to call another foul, and that's going to go against Evans Desir. So Bethune-Cookman will have 2 more free throws following the foul. And waiting to check into the game for Bethune-Cookman is Justin King as Bailey goes to the line. And he misses the first free throw. Checking out of the game will be Latrell Pope. And checking into the game for Florida A&M is Ifeanyi Umezareki. That's his first action in quite a few weeks. He is a 6'9", 240 redshirt senior from Lagos, Nigeria. And Bethune-Cookman did hit that free throw. No foul call as Cameron Reeves falls to the floor. 2-point game. Core is going to try to drive. He gets cut off. Reeves is going to shoot it, and they're going to call a foul against Umezareki. So as Red brings the ball up court, we've got a couple scores in with 10:23 left in the second half. North Carolina A&T is beating Norfolk State, who was previously undefeated in the MEAC, if they hold on, 51-41, as Brendan Miles nearly drills one home. But we've got whistles, and the foul is going to be called against Moraine.
And the Rattlers are starting to slip back into foul trouble here, Curtis.
Yeah, the referee is a little more liberal with the whistle in this half. And Bethune-Cookman will be shooting free throws for the rest of the half. We're not even halfway through the second half. And the officials are a bit confused, and they will go to the monitor because they don't know who should be shooting the free throws. Well, in the meantime, we'll check some scores from around the MEAC. Once again, with 10:23 left in the second half, North Carolina A&T is on top of Norfolk State 51-41. In the nation's capital with 12:37 left to play in the second half. Howard is trailing Morgan State 60-48. With 31 seconds left in the second half, North Carolina Central is leading South Carolina State 71-54. And in Dover, Delaware, Delaware State defeats Coppin State 77-68. So shooting the free throws is going to be number 23, Justin Thomas. They wanted to send Isaiah Bailey to the line. That's their best player. That's Bethune's best player. And going to the line is going to be Justin Thomas. It's going to be a 1-and-1 for the Wildcats. And he hits the front end of the 1-and-1. Now, we haven't seen Umezareki play this season for the Rattlers.
Have not.
Adds a little bit of depth down low. in the front court for Florida A&M. As Thomas hits both his free throws to cut this, to tie the game at 53. Excuse me. Reeves gives the ball off to Brendan Miles. Brendan Miles is guarded closely by Bailey. Gives it to Reeves. Reeves loses handle of the basketball for just a second, but he gets it back. Dangerous cross-court pass to Core. Core is going to dribble, going to spin move it, and he's going to be fouled on the floor. One more foul, and Bethune Cookman will be in the bonus. And we've got a timeout on the floor. So we'll also take a timeout. You're watching the MEAC Digital Network on FloHoops. Welcome back to the Lawson Center, where Florida A&M and Bethune Cookman are tied at 53. We're going to kick over to Dominique Whitehorse for her update from the top.
Straight to the drawing board for the Rattlers as they're trying to find a way to not let the Rattlers creep deep into their territory. They have to stay to that defense and stay true and keep that ball home. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Dominique. Insightful as always. So, Vince, almost halfway through the second half. FAMU, Bethune Cookman tied at 53. What has to happen for Bethune to pull this game out after being down by so big?
Well, Curtis, they've been able to find their shot more efficiently in this half, as the FAMU Rattlers have been turning the ball over way more than they did in the first half, and simply put, the Wildcats have been capitalizing off of that.
All right, so leading scorers today, Cletrell Pope is leading Bethune Cookman with 14 points. For FAMU, Evans Desir is leading the Rattlers with 15, and Umezarike gets a foul. He draws a foul, and it looked like he's going to come out immediately as DJ Jones is going to check in for Umezarike. So Bethune Cookman gets the ball back after that turnover. Ball game tied at 53. Coach McCullum not happy with Umezarike. Bethune tries to draw the foul. Can't get it. Rebounded by the Rattlers. Here comes Core. Core dribbles. Bethune playing a zone against the Rattlers. Core gives it to DJ Jones. He kicks it out to Brendan Miles. Brendan Miles gives it back to Moraine. Moraine thinks about it, jab step, kicks it over to DJ Jones. DJ Jones finds Miles in the corner. Miles going to drive baseline, passes to DJ Jones, and he hits that beautiful mid-range jumper, giving the Rattlers a 2-point lead with 10:44 left in the second half.
And that was a great pass, and once again, a nice knockdown there by Jones.
So here comes Leon Red. He's guarded by Cameron Reeves. Cameron Reeves is going to switch over to Preston. Preston gets it over to French. French gets it to Thomas. French looking. He's going to dribble. He's going to take a shot. It's going to be swatted by DJ Jones. No foul call. Yes, there will be a foul call against French on after the block. But beautiful block by DJ Jones. It looked like he had a wide open, beautiful shot, and he came out of nowhere and swatted that back to where it came from.
Definitely sent it back to his house.
Now, Bethune Cookman is now in the bonus. FAMU will be shooting 1-1. And FAMU hits the front end of that 1-1.
One more for Miles.
Brendan Miles has 4 points on the afternoon. Make that 5. Leon Red cut off by Reeves. Gets the ball to Wally Parks. Parks has the ball stripped away from behind, but they call a foul on Brendan Miles, and Bethune will go back to the line.
Both teams have slipped back into foul trouble here late, Curtis. Might see a lot of points racking up here if the fouls continue.
Now on the season, Bethune-Cookman is one of the better free throw shooting teams in the conference. They entering today's contest, they were shooting just over 70% from the field. That's good enough for second in the MEAC behind South Carolina State as they hit that free throw. That was Parks at the line shooting the free throw for Bethune-Cookman. And he hits both of them, showing you how good of a free throw shooting team BCU is. Cameron Reeves gets it over to DJ Jones. He has space, will not shoot. Gives it to Moraine. Moraine kicks it over to Core. Core gets it to DJ Jones. He's guarded tightly by Pope. He takes too many steps, and he's going to be called for traveling. Ball goes back to the Wildcats.
Rather have to be careful here as the game continues on.
Here comes Leon Red. He's pushing the pace just a little bit, guarded by Cameron Reeves. Parks gives it to French. French gives it to Red. Red trying to find some space. He's going to drive. Beautiful drive, and he's going to be fouled as he goes up for the shot. Foul is going to be called against Bryce Moraine. At the line is Red. And he leaves that one a little bit short. Bounces off the front rim.
One more for Red.
And he misses both free throws. Rebound by DJ Jones of the Rattlers.
The Wildcats might have wanted that back there.
All right, Core gives it to Reeves. Reeves. He's guarded by Parks. And we've got a foul down low. It's going to be called against Leon Red. So FAMU will go to the line shooting 1 and 1.
It'll be 1 and 1 4.
He misses the free throw, but Rattlers get the rebound. Core is going to take it back out, give it to Reeves. 15 on the shot clock. And he picks up his dribble. Seven on the shot clock. Core tries to drive, floater, and he gets it to fall. Beautiful move by Nasir Core to get the basket to fall. But here comes Prieston, and we've got a charge called against Bethune-Cookman. Beautiful defense by Nasir Core, setting his feet and drawing the contact.
Great play on both sides of the ball by Core with the teardrop floater and the great defense in transition.
8:50 left to play in the second half. FAMU clinging to a 4-point lead. FAMU 59, BCU 55. Cross-court pass to Miles. Miles drills it from outside. Splashes it home. Three-pointer. FAMU stretches their lead to 62-55. 8:30 left to play in the second half. But here come those Wildcats. Leon Red shouting out instructions, gets it to Pope. Pope is having a great game today for the Wildcats. He's put up some points, but that's a dangerous pass. French snags it and brings it down. Screen set by Parks. Here comes Red. 12 on the shot clock. He pulls up, and he says, I'm pulling up, and I'm coming inside. He drills the bucket. 62-57, 8-11 left in the second half. We've got timeout on the floor. You're watching the MEAC Digital Network on FloHoops. As Florida A&M leads Bethune Cookman 62-57 with 8:11 left to play in regulation. Vince, we've got a heck of a ball game. FAMU's coming down hitting some big shots, but Bethune Cookman is not going away. How do you foresee the rest of this game going, Vince?
If the Rattlers can continue to knock down the shots and take the opportunity that's given to them, I do foresee them winning this game. But it seems we have kind of rolled into a fouling match here late in the game. Both teams are in the bonus, so they have to be careful. Both teams have to be careful towards the end of this game.
As we've got some entertainment on the floor. That was some good entertainment. You listen to some Tevin Campbell, man.
I do. You know, I'm a little bit of a youngster, but I know the good songs.
the good ones.
Yes, sir.
All right, I understand that. Well, here we go. As we reset here in the second half. 8:11 left to play. Once again, FAMU clinging to a 5-point lead. FAMU 62, BCU 57. Rattlers will inbound from underneath their own basket. Reeves brings it across mid-court. He's picked up by French. Gets it inside. Beautiful pass and the flush by DJ Jones.
See that right there's the flush, right? That's the flush, Curtis? That's the flush?
That's the flush. DJ Jones has 10 points on the afternoon for the Rattlers. And you know, you better believe the Wildcats want to answer. Here comes Parks. Parks, he's going to drive. He picks up his dribble. He's guarded. He's cut off. And we've got a 3-second violation against Bethune Cookman. That's another turnover by the Wildcats. That is going to be Bethune Cookman's 10th turnover of the afternoon. 7:35 left to play. FAMU 64, Bethune Cookman 57. DJ Jones gets the ball, thinks about shooting from the free throw line. Thinks better of it, gives it back to Reeves. But Reeves gives it back to him. He's going to dribble. He's going to try to go baseline. Spin around jumper a little bit too much off the right side of the rim. But here comes Wildcats out and running. Red, he's coming in, and he's going to be fouled. The foul is going to be against number 5, Nazir Kaur, a blocking foul, and that's going to send Red to the line to shoot 2 for the Wildcats.
Red will be in the line shooting 2.
Red hits the free throw. That's Red's 5th attempt. He's 3 for 5 from the free throw line today. As a team, BCU is 20 of 26 from the free throw line. And he hits both free throws. 7:07 left to play. FAMU 64, BCU 59. Moraine with the basketball, gives it back to Reeves. Reeves tries to get inside to Desir. Desir isn't the most fleet-footed of players. Couldn't get that one. Beautiful layup by Red. Nice attempt by Bethune-Cookman, but it just doesn't want to fall. Rattlers get the rebound. We're under 7 minutes left in the second half. Core with the basketball on the left side. Oh, nice crossover on Pope. It's going to be a charge called against Nasir Core. Number 22, Isaiah Bailey, drawing the offensive foul and giving the ball right back to the Wildcats. As M.J. Randolph is the guy that the Rattlers want on the court. He checks back into the game for the Rattlers. Cameron Reeves will check out and take a bit of a breather. You know he will be back at some point in the second half, in these next 6 minutes.
And although Randolph is a starter, just speaking about players off the bench, FAMU has 19 points off the bench, so that's a great statistic for them as well in this game.
From way downtown, that was French. Maybe not the shot he wanted, or maybe not the shot his coach wanted. Nonetheless, FAMU gets the rebound. And here comes Core. He thinks about driving. He decides to bring it back out. He sees Desir, not the best pass, but there is a foul on the floor, and Bethune, FAMU will go to the line and shoot free throws. Desir going to the line. Shoot these free throws. He is 5 of 7 from the free throw line today. And make that 6 of 8 from the charity stripe for Evans Desir. And he misses that one, but FAMU fights for the rebound. No, Bethune is going to grab the rebound, and Red is going to push the tempo. We're under 6 minutes left in the second half. Here comes Red. He's going to put it up for the Wildcats, and he gets it to fall. Beautiful move by Leon Red. Bethune-Cookman pulls within 4. FAMU 65, BCU 61, 5:40 left to play in the second half. Nasir Core gets a screen from Desir. He decides to take it in and kicks it back out to M.J. Randolph, who gets it in Desir. Desir wants to back Thomas down, and he does. It's a hook shot that bounces off of the rim. Bethune-Cookman rebounds. They're going to slow it down just a little bit. Here comes Leon Red. He's guarded by M.J. Randolph. He gets a screen from Justin Thomas. Cross-court pass to Parks, and Parks misses it. Three-pointer off. Here comes M.J. Randolph. Coach is telling him to slow it down just a little bit. He's going to bring it to the left side of the court. He's going to give it off to Brendan Miles. Brendan Miles is going to stop, think about shooting, says no, gives it back to Nasir Core. Here comes Moraine, who gives it to MJ. 9 on the shot clock. Spin move. He finds Moraine. Moraine, corner, mid-range, in and out. Bethune rebounds. Wiley Parks on the rebound for the Wildcats. Here comes Red. Under 5 minutes left to play. 4:35 left to play. FAMU on top by 4. 65-61. Here comes Isaiah Bailey. They want the ball in his hands. He thinks about shooting. He pulls it back. It's 11 on the shot clock. Bethune has to go, and they have to go now. Leon Red, he dribbles behind the back, gives it to Wiley Parks. He gets it stripped away by Nasir Core. Rattlers in transition. They have numbers. Here comes Miles. He lays it in off the right side of the basket. It's in. Rattlers on top by 6. 67-61. 4:03 left to play in the second half. And Leon Red picks up his dribble as if he wanted to call a timeout, but decides not to. Here comes French. He gives the ball to Isaiah Bailey. 15 on the shot clock. 3:50 left to play in regulation. M.J. Randolph looks him in his eyes, gets picked up by a screen. Isaiah Bailey puts one up. Beautiful floater by the big man. Here comes Nasir Core. 3:33 left to play. FAMU clinging to a 4-point lead. They want to walk out of here with a victory. Bethune wants to dash the dreams of Rattler fans. And that's going to be a foul on Isaiah Bailey. We've got a timeout on the floor. So we'll take a timeout on the floor. You're watching the MEAC Digital Network on FloHoops. Welcome back to the Lawson Center as Florida A&M leads Bethune Cookman University 67-63 with 3:27 left to play in regulation. We're going to head down courtside to Dominique Whitehurst.
Once again, it was back to the drawing board for the Rattlers, and Coach is basically telling them, hey, fight for the dribble, stay out of foul trouble, and win this game in these last 5 minutes. All right, guys, back to you.
Thank you, Dominique and Vince. We have a heck of a ball game, 4-point game. We're in crunch time at this point. Mistakes get punished at this point in the game, Vince. What must happen down the stretch?
Simply put, you already know, limit turnovers. Take your time with shots. Do not force anything.
Well, as we reset here, 3:27 on the clock. Once again, FAMU up by 4. FAMU is at the line. MJ Randolph to shoot free throws. Again, he's a 63% free throw shooter on the season. Today, he is 2 for 4 from the free throw line, so he's shooting at 50% today. And he misses. He struggled a bit at the line. Got to hit these free throws if you want to walk out here with a victory today. And he misses both. That could be critical, Vince.
Definitely. As you said, Curtis, you have to knock down these free throws. It's critical that they do.
So here we go. Parks gets the ball on the left side of his basket. Oh, beautiful move by Wally Parks to get Bethune-Cookman, pull them within 2. Those missed opportunities at the free throw line, you cannot have those. Can't let the pressure get to you. So here we go. Nasir Kaur gets the ball inside to Moraine. Moraine tosses it DJ Jones. Beautiful mid-range jumper. Too strong. Rebounded by Red. Bethune-Cookman has a chance to tie or take the lead on this possession. 2:45 left to play in regulation. He's going to pull up. And no, does not fall. MJ Randolph with the rebound. He's going to drive. He is going to get fouled. And he's going to the line to shoot 2. He's 2 for 6 from the free throw line today.
This may have been the person that the Wildcats wanted to send to the free throw line today because of his missed free throws, but here he goes to the line now.
Absolutely, and I believe that foul was on Justin King. I'm sorry, I've called him Thomas today. It's Justin King. King is his name, Justin King. I apologize to all those Wildcats who are watching, and my sincerest apologies. And he's 2 for 7 from the free throw line. He is struggling badly from the line.
Randolph has to take his time here.
And he splashes that one. It's a 1-possession game, 2:29 left to play in the second period. FAMU 68, Bethune-Cookman 65. So here comes Leon Red. He's going to get picked up at half court by MJ Randolph. Going to give it to Priester, excuse me. Priester gets it back. He's going to lose the ball. It's going to be stolen by FAMU. Cora to the bucket, and he gets it the ball. Right-handed layup off of the turnover. 5-point lead by FAMU.
Najee Cora's nippy hands with that ball in his half.
And Leon Red too strong, but Bethune gets the rebound. Priester lays it in, 3-point game. We're under 2 minutes left to play. 1:48 left to play in the Lawson Center. Who wants this game more? Do the Rattlers want to win this one? Or will Bethune-Cookman snatch victory from the jaws of defeat?
It's crunch time, Curtis. It's crunch time.
MJ Randolph, 10 on the shot clock. They've got to get going. They've got to get a shot up. That's what you didn't need. And here comes Moraine. Beautiful layup. And they call a foul. And the FAMU faithful are upset about that one. And I've got to say, Vince, I don't know if that was a foul, but he's going to the line to shoot two. They call a foul on number, want to say that might have been on Brendan Miles. I'm not sure. But it's 2 shots for the free throw line for Priester. And he misses.
The Rattler fans officially rattle him at the line here.
Oh, here we go. Here comes the fans getting into this one. They're making some noise. Priester at the line, and he misses both free throws. Rebounded by Moraine. 1:15 left to play in the second half. Cameron Reeves brings it across half court. He's going to be matched up against Joe French. 14 on the shot clock. Cameron Reeves has got to go. 6 on the shot clock. 5. He decides to shoot it. Air ball. Goes out of bounds. The shot clock violation. FAMU up 70-67. 48.3 left on the clock. That was a wasted possession. Thinking just a little bit too much. You've got to go. And when you see that clock ticking, you've got to go then. FAMU has driven on them all game. You got to keep it going. But here we go. Bethune Cookman can take advantage of that mistake. Here comes Leon Red. He's going to take it up, and he's going to call timeout.
45 seconds remaining.
We've got a timeout on the floor. 45.8 seconds left to play in the second half. FAMU 60, BCU 67. Vince, what more can we say about this game?
Well, definitely it's been a great game, Curtis. It's been an exciting game to watch. I'm glad to be here, as I said earlier, but as the time winds down, the Rattlers have to be wary of how they control the ball. The Wildcats have to take their time, knock down shots. We're in for a good one, Curtis.
So here we go. We're coming out of the timeout. It's going to be BCU ball. They're going to inbound at half court. The Wildcats have struggled from behind the arc. They haven't hit too much, but a three-pointer can change this game
dramatically.
Parks to inbound. He inbounds it to Red. Red gets a screen by Cottrell Pope. Wally sees Red in the corner, and he misses the three-pointer. FAMU fighting for the rebound. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to be Rattler basketball.
Najir Kaur has been very, very quick with his hand on the ball all half.
That's a very heads-up defensive play, and that might have saved the game for these Rattlers. 70-67, 33.5. You got to believe Bethune Cookman is going to foul. Who do you want at the line? Here comes Kaur. He brings it across half court, and he's going to be fouled by Cottrell Pope. These are the most important free throws of the game for the Rattlers.
I agree, Curtis. These are very, very critical that he makes these here.
So here comes Nasir Kaur shooting free throws, and he drills. Checking into the game for Cameron Reeves will be Bryce Moraine. And he misses the free throw. 4-point game, 2-possession game. And he misses the layup. FAMU gets the rebound. And Nasir Kaur will head to the line. FAMU has a chance to ice this one away. 17.9 seconds left in the game. FAMU 71, BCU 67.
And Red has been quite precise on those drives this game. Very untimely miss here late in the game today.
Absolutely. It was a really good look. It was a really good look. Just couldn't get the fall. Bethune Cookman has had a few shots today. They were very good looks. They just could not get to go in the basket, and that was another one. So here's Nasir Kaur. Has a chance to stretch this lead to 5, and he does. FAMU 72, BCU 67. And we've got a timeout called by Florida A&M. So, Vince, what would you do if you're BCU on this next possession?
Well, certainly you have to score quick. You have to score quick, as many points you can with the quickest amount of time you can. After that, you have to foul. You have to foul. And if you foul, well, maybe, just maybe, they can squeeze in that three-pointer. But after that, you start to foul.
Knowing that FAMU has struggled a bit at the line today, does BCU need to shoot a three immediately following free throw? It's a 5-point game now. So in theory, they don't have to shoot a three. They still have a little bit of time, 17.9 seconds. But in theory, they don't have to shoot that three. FAMU has not been amazing at the line. So we'll see.
They have not been amazing, but the momentum in the crowd is in the Rattlers' favor right now, Curtis.
And he hits. It's a 6-point game. And checking back into the game for the Rattlers is going to be Cameron Reeves as DJ Jones checks out. So here comes Wally Parks for Bethune Cookman. He's going to push it up court as fast as he can. He's going to get picked up by 2 Rattlers. Picks up his dribble. King is going to shoot. He misses. FAMU gets the rebound. And I think Bethune Cookman is going to let this one dribble out. And Florida A&M will defeat Bethune Cookman 73-67. It's been a long time since the Rattlers pulled off a victory against Bethune Cookman. Matter of fact, this is the first victory that FAMU's had over Bethune Cookman in 12 games. It's been 12 games since FAMU got Bethune Cookman monkey off of their back.
Definitely,
and
Curtis.
Rattlers get the victory, 73-67. Fans, stick around. We will have an interview by both coaches following this contest. And Romaine Burton will interview the head coach of Bethune Cookman. So we'll have Romaine Burton. She will interview head coach Robert McCullum of Florida A&M University.